in light of the way the game went, I mean, I know you guys did some things that you're going to feel positive about, but how disappointing is it to lose a game where you feel like you really maybe had it at a couple different points and didn't get
It's
it?
tough. A lot of mixed emotions after the game. This was an important week for us to improve on a lot of areas. I wasn't very happy our last time out against Davison with just our energy and our mental effort in terms of game plan. But I thought the guys made a big jump this week. It is tough coming out with the loss because that's a game that we're going to be able to watch on tape and see several times how we could have finished it. But that's part of the learning process with this team, and we had some real bright spots. But now finishing games and sustaining that effort and coming back on Monday after an off day, getting ready to improve again for another tough game with Vandy. So, got some positives, got some things that we've got to get better at.
What went wrong on that last play? I mean, did Pitt, inbounds, and did you do what he was supposed to do on that?
We executed really pretty well at the end. I'll have to watch the tape to see. And we were about to have a wide open three. If Pat caught the ball, Ken Brown would have been cut to the hoop to get a look. Executed, when you're throwing a full court pass and game of inches passes right on the money, but the cut's off a foot or the other way around. But I might have got nudged. You never know until you watch tape. But I thought the guys did a good job executing. And we were going for the win on that one. We're going to try to hit three.
You guys obviously chose to throw it the length of the floor. You had, I think, 4.5 seconds. Is that kind of something that's your go-to end-of-game play, or is that just, you guys decided that was the one to run at that particular point?
I thought, first of all, I didn't think anyone can keep Juan from jumping up and getting the ball. That's one. I didn't think they'd be ready for that. Two, with their pressure, I didn't think they were going to let us dribble up the court. I thought they would probably trap, and then you're talking about having to make another pass and another play out of a trap with a 5'9" point guard.
Right.
So those things go into play, but pretty close to executing. And you guys watch the tape, see if you got nudged on the catch. All I know is he almost fell down. So we'll have to watch it later. But pretty good execution.
Obviously, this is a really tough loss for you guys, but you don't seem overly totally bummed out here. I mean, I'm assuming you guys are. You're okay with the effort coming off of the Puerto Rico effort, I guess, overall.
I don't think you quite know how bummed out I am.
You don't seem bummed out.
Yeah, well.
Okay. Well, I mean, just talk about that.
Well, I mean, it's a tough loss now. I wanted to win that game bad. Not personally, but you don't have a lot of opponents come in that you can take advantage of that opportunity. So we talked about that all week. We worked on the game prep. I thought the coaches did a great job preparing the team. We were right there. Now you got to go out and execute. And when you put yourself in position, but you come up short, we're going to be able to watch multiple ways we could have won that game. Now, give credit to South Carolina. They made some big shots. They went off from the three and made some very, very tough shots and plays. But, improvement this week was important. I feel better about that right now because last time out, I didn't like what I saw. And then a lot of guys made a positive mark on the game. We talked about that. We need more guys in games like this. You got to have a bunch of guys ready to go, and they don't have to play great, but they got to contribute somehow. And the biggest way we call contribute is energy. Helping with the energy, and the energy was definitely better tonight. So, kind of that's where I'm at.
How tough were the overtimes on your guys, given that you guys did play so few guys tonight? Obviously, you played 9-10 most games tonight. You basically, with Cliff only playing 4 minutes, you basically played 7.
Well, Jamal's out with a hamstring. We didn't know that until today. So Ken Brown, I thought, did a really good job stepping up. I thought he stepped up, made some really big plays, made some big shots. I thought Juan, put a lot of energy out there and got a lot done. Pitt is so consistent. Sergio made some big plays, did some good stuff, especially on the defensive end. He's getting better defensively. So it's tough, but, in all actuality, the breakdowns weren't because of fatigue, I don't think, as much. Now, there were a couple times I called timeout to try to get us a blow.
Yeah.
It was getting a little fatigue, but the mental breakdowns, the times where they're in the pass lane and you just throw a careless pass, or make a bad decision that way. Those are the ones that I think we'll look back at, really try to improve on.
You guys were up 5 after that offensive foul there late in regulation. I think less than a minute to go. You knew you had work left to do, but at that point, did you kind of feel like you had it?
No, I never felt like I had it. We didn't defend a 3 at the end of the game like we needed to. We talked about it in the huddles, but this, once again, I think new guys at this level don't understand what defending the 3 and not letting a guy take a 3 means. And we'll work on that. We'll have to get better at that because, like I said, they made big shots, but I don't know if we were completely taking away the 3 when we needed to.
The plays Ken and Khalil made and some of the shots they made, you've looked to kind of solidify that backcourt. I mean, is that nice to see, playing so few people, to see them be able to step up? And two kind of guys you said that were still raw. I mean, is it nice to see the progression they're making and settling in?
It is, and honestly, they're good enough. I do expect more, and I think they're trying. I think, once again, they've made strides. They've made strides, and they're going to have to continue to grow. The great thing about this schedule is they're thrown into the fire at a high level. And it's either sink or swim. You got to gain some experience in a very tough environment. And it's a great environment for them to play in. You turn right back around, you go to Vandy, and now you're playing against another really good set of guards. So, those guys. I am happy with the improvement, but I expect them to keep going as well.
How much do you guys learn about yourself in the next 7? This is probably maybe the nastiest part of this whole schedule. You had this game, then you got Vandy.
A lot. Coming back from Puerto Rico, I learned a lot this week. We responded this week. Now, things like maturity, you have to count on leadership and maturity, and guys stay hungry. Not be happy with just being close. That's part of coming together as a team, and the part of the coaching. To be honest, it's something that we have to help them get to another level and understand how to finish these games. And we got a bunch of guys in the locker room trying, and it's not going to get any easier night in, night out, but this will be a great test for our team.
How important a first step is something like this? I mean, you talk about maturity, and we talked yesterday about seniors being the ones who stepped up. I mean, obviously, you got a pretty big effort out of 3 of those guys tonight.
I think it's important, and I'm really trying to be patient, understanding the process part of it. As coaches, sometimes you're not, and I'm the worst culprit of that at times because you want it right now, you want it done right now, but you got to start somewhere, and we've gotten better. We've done some good stuff already this season. There's some really good stuff down the pipe if we will continue to grow. And I think Monday's a big practice. I think you see how the guys come in. Are they happy with just being close? And I don't think that's the case. I think we're going to have a lot of guys getting right back after it Monday, preparing for a very good Vandy team that they saw, just a week ago.
Anything else for Coach tonight? All right.
Thanks, guys.